Thais are being evacuated from Ukraine. We've got monks stripping in the middle of fields, as well as rainstorms are taking a toll in the south of Thailand. Those are all stories coming up on today's Good Morning Thailand. Hello and welcome to Good Morning Thailand with Natty, Warisa and Jay, brought to you from the Bangkok studio by Coffee Culture, as well as Twin Palms Residences Montezur. Shall we just get into it, Natty?
Yes, we should. Well,
Okay.
Hello, good morning, everybody, and Jay.
That was the test. Yes, thank you, Natty. Right, Thais being evacuated from Ukraine. Now, a serious topic to start off with. A help center has been set up in the city from which a chartered bus will transport Thais to Warsaw. Thai citizens who are still currently in Ukraine are being evacuated. There's actually 2 evacuation plans. I'm going to get to that soon. However, Thais at the cities in other parts of Ukraine have confirmed that they are safe, so they're located in different parts of the country. But about 40 Thai people, mostly women married to Ukrainians, are choosing to remain in Kyiv, which is the capital city, with their families, although their husbands are being enlisted to fight in war. But the 2 evacuation plans include the first, which began operating on Sunday, took 41 Thai people to the city of Odessa in the south of the country, and they were then escorted across the border into neighboring Romania. From there, the group was bused to Bucharest so they could catch the commercial flight bound for Thailand, which is tomorrow and Wednesday. So they should be arriving hopefully within this week. And also on Sunday, 43 Thai people arrived in Lviv, and they were bused to Warsaw, which is in Poland. And another group are expected to make the same journey today. Commercial flights to Bangkok are being booked for this route home from Warsaw on March 1st to the 4th. Now I have a picture here which I've sent to Num. No, I haven't. I forgot. Apologies. But Ukrainians actually held up placards and national flags during a march in Bangkok from Lumpini Park to Benjakiti Park in central Bangkok on Sunday. So even Ukrainians within Bangkok are, taking a stand and going on a march to show their support and their feelings towards the Russian invasion. Currently, Natty, Russian flights keep arriving in Thailand normally as they do. Aeroflat, Ural Airlines, and S7 airline planes are still arriving on schedule in Thailand today. Almost like nothing has changed for that. However, as flights to Thai airports from Russia are concerned, we don't know what's going to happen because Thailand or the Prime Minister hasn't actually officially made any statements regarding this yet. And at this stage, since there are no official comments, we can't comment on what the Thai government or Thailand feels regarding this situation about the invasion of Ukraine. But the Thai reaction to the conflict, beyond reassuring Thai people that, hey, we're going to help you to come out of Ukraine, we're going to do whatever we can, there hasn't been any comment made on the invasion. Anything to say, Natty? Anything to add?
Not much to the news, just a personal feeling, I guess. I just can't believe that we're in 2022 and wars are still happening. It feels like we've regress back to the 1940s when people were still trying to conquer lands to be their own. I feel like we're bigger than that now. Like having more land to your country, so what? That's just my personal opinion anyways.
All right.
Yeah.
I double down on that and say, yes, war is not the answer. All right.
Carmel.
Yes, Carmel.
Good morning. We have a comment from Traveling Mama. They said that they're actually letting Thais leave because Africans and Indians in Ukraine have been prevented from boarding trains and buses to escape and have been stranded at the border with Poland for days now. So, yeah.
Yes, from the information that we're getting, we have had people being evacuated. At first, I believe it was 47, and then there was a second batch of 43 Thai people who arrived to Lviv, I believe that's how it's pronounced. Lviv.
I actually looked it up, and it says Lviv, but I'm not
Lviv.
sure if that's the correct pronunciation.
But yes, from there they're being bused to Warsaw because that's where the help center has been set up into the city. That's the information we're getting so far. All right, Natty, moving on to our second topic, which is regarding Saudi's first flight arrives to Thailand today. Now, for the last couple of months, news has been dominated by that, Thailand and Saudi Arabia have regained the relationship that they used to once have, after decades long of, bad relationships. Saudi Arabia, following the normalization of the bilateral ties, will have their first flight arriving today. And as of right now, Natty, let me just take a quick break. Once we come back from the break, we're going to address more stories from today. So let's take a quick break.
Yes.
And we're back. Welcome back to Good Morning Thailand. Natty, now we've got a really big story in Thailand that most of our viewers probably don't know about, which is regarding a very famous actress called Dang Mo. Can you tell us more about that?
Yeah, so this story has been dominating the Thai media for about 3 days now, ever since she's now pronounced dead, but ever since she went missing, because she's actually quite famous in Thailand. She started starring in soap operas, TV series, and everything since the early 2000s. And the incident happened when she was traveling on a speedboat with 5 other people on the boat, and allegedly she went to the back of the boat to urinate and slipped and fell off. Now, this case is very suspicious because immediately when she fell off, the friends didn't seem to panic. If anything, everybody kind of came up the dock as per normal, or that's how the CCTV camera caught them. And when they actually found out that Dang Mo, the girl who was missing, all 5 people disappeared. They were not able to be found. The boat driver was also gone. Her manager who was on the boat was also gone. They couldn't find them for, I don't know, like almost a day. And then all of a sudden they reappeared. But then what got really suspicious was Kun Dang Mo's boss, or her manager rather, / friend, who I roughly translate this into English. And he said, why would I be involved with Dang Mo's disappearance? Because if Dang Mo is gone, then that means my income is also gone, which people kind of have a lot of question marks about that statement. How could you say that about a friend's disappearance? It sounds like you're talking about money, making money off her. And also the fact that her mom said that Dang Mo is very good at swimming and that she was wearing a bodysuit. It just didn't make sense that somebody would go to the back of a boat to urinate when they're in a full bodysuit, and how they found the body was still intact with the bodysuit.
Yeah. I believe one of the points was that the toilet on the boat was a speedboat, wasn't it?
Yes, it was a speedboat.
How big of a speedboat was this?
It was not big. I saw the pictures, and I don't even know if there's a bathroom even. Like, did they mean that she was gonna just
they said that the bathroom was broken, and that's why she had to go all the way to the back to, privately and secretly urinate.
Right.
But that was another thing her mother said, that this is a superstar. She probably wouldn't do that. But then again, when nature calls, you got to do what you got to do. But yes, it is very suspicious and strange that it took a long time for them to even realize that she was missing.
Yeah. I mean, they did claim that they tried to find her for about an hour before getting up to the dock. But once you get up to the dock, wouldn't you feel frantic, even more frantic? Like, I would feel, I don't know how I would feel, but I wouldn't be calmly walking up to the dock and disappearing for another 24 hours. I would probably want to go to the police or the search team to find my friend as soon as possible. So that's very strange. Very suspicious case. It's still under investigation. Yeah.
And apparently she had a big gash on her leg.
Yes.
So I guess we're going to have to wait for the autopsy report, and more investigations are going to happen to really find out what happened. And we'll keep you updated on that story on thetiger.com. As for right now, one last topic before we take another break, Natty, a quick one called COVID-19 clinics for mild patients to open in March. So that's some good news. In March, Thailand's Public Health Permanent Secretary has announced that COVID-19 clinics for patients with mild symptoms or none at all will be able to go to these clinics, which will be open on March the 1st. It's called the Acute Respiratory Infection Clinics, and it'll offer mild patients COVID-19 tests, exams, medicines, and advice from doctors about home quarantine, which is great because the majority of the cases in Thailand are Omicron cases, which have mild symptoms, and most of the people have very to no symptoms. So this is going to be very useful for those people who will be allowed to probably do home quarantine.
Yeah.
All right, some good news in that. All right, Natty, let's take a quick break. Once we come back from the break, we're going to be talking about southern houses being damaged by really extreme rainstorms, as well as a phony monk who started to strip in the middle of a field. What's that story all about? Find out after the break. Right, welcome back to Good Morning Thailand. Natty, it's now time for 2 Minute Thailand. Have you been watching these?
I have, actually. You've been doing a great job on them.
Well, not.
Oh,
well,
no, me, Nan, sorry.
I'm introducing it, but thank you for, talking about my hosting skills. But yes, Nan, one of our old presenters, now joined our English team, has been doing a very good job talking about Thailand and teaching us. I learn something every time. So ladies and gentlemen, here's another news segment where she talks about the Ghost Festival in Thailand.
Do you know Thailand has a ghost festival? Let me tell you about this festival. Phi Ta Khon or Ghost Festival is the one of the most enjoyable festivals in Loi Province, Thailand. It is a part of the larger Buddhist merit-making festival called Bun Phavet. There will be the long parade with participants who dress up in ghost masks and party throughout the streets of Dan Sai district. Phi Ta Khon originates from Buddha's history. Prince Vesantara returned to his hometown with his wife, accompanied by animals and ghosts who bid him farewell. This leads to the word Phi Tam Khon, which directly word for word translates to ghost follow human in English. After a while, the press has been slowly transformed to Phi Ta Khon, which is now the official word in this festival for the mask people wear. The ghost masks are long, white masks with big noses. They are made from dyed sticky horns or skillfully hand-painting with vibrant colors. Unlike other masks, these masks are unique in this Phi Ta Khon festival. After the festival ends, everyone will throw the mask into the Man River because they believe that people who bring the mask home will have bad luck. This Phi Ta Khon festival is a 3-day-long festival. It happens once a year, either in June or July. In these 3 days, each day had its meaning. The first day is waking God's soul from the Man River. The ghost parade takes place on the second day, where they transfer the ghost spirits from the river to their town. And lastly, the last day of the festival is about the ceremony to ward off bad luck. This is a beautiful and fun festival that you should visit once in your lifetime. Believe me.
Welcome back to Good Morning Thailand. Natty,
I actually learned a lot.
I did too, because I firstly didn't know that this festival was in Loi. I was aware of it and I've seen it, but to be honest, kind of creeps me out. I'm not a ghost person. I don't like thriller. I know Thailand in general is obsessed with ghost stories and ghost movies, but those masks kind of freak me out.
Yeah, I think they could freak anybody out. Yeah, they're really creepy.
But have you ever been to Le?
I have never been to Loei.
I'm trying to do my best Tim accent. Le. But yes, creeps. I've got the shivers. But yes, thank you, Nan. You can find more of Nan on Bounce. Right, before we continue with the last part of our show, a quick shout out to Coffee Culture. Thank you to Coffee Culture for sponsoring the show. Beautiful mug there, Natty. Beautiful mug. As well as Twin Palms Residences Montezor. You can now own a piece of paradise in Phuket, Thailand. That is not their slogan. That's just how I feel about them.
Wow. Have you been there?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, so Twin Palms, I believe this is in Kamala. And like I've been to their restaurant. I've not actually stayed in it. It's a bit too...
Posh?
Yes, it's a bit too posh and fancy for me. But also, but it's got a very nice restaurant and it's right in front of the beach and it's quite nice.
I love beach restaurants, so yeah, I want to check that out. Yeah.
All right. And also, thank you to Faisal Khan and Mapway. Thank you for being Thaiger members and supporting the channel. We appreciate you. This week, Natty's going to be on Discord.
I am.
I have decided.
Like literally right now. I had no idea.
And you will be able to talk to Nathalie. Thaiger Legends will be. One-on-one conversation on Discord.
Awesome. I'm looking forward to it. Actually, I'm quite excited. Yeah, to meet everybody in person. Or on voice person.
Yes. Moving on.
Why do you have to make it so awkward? Anyways, go on.
There's always like just a 2-second stare with no comment that makes things awkward.
Yeah.
All right, Natty, unfortunately I have some damaging news. Southern houses have been damaged by extremely strong rainstorms and sea waves. Now, rainstorms and big sea waves have damaged about 200 homes in the southern province of Nakhon Si Thammarat. Between Thursday and this morning, the storms hit the Gulf of Thailand and drastically eroded about 500 meters of the beach at Na Sathon village. The road along the coastline has also been damaged, and the forecast from today says that there's going to be more heavy rain, which unfortunately means more floods and more damage to provinces like Surat Thani, Nakhon Si Thammarat, Pathalung, Songkhla, Pattani, Yala, Narathiwat, Phanga, Phuket, Krabi, Trang, and Satun.
Good job. Good job with those names. It's pretty good.
Why do you laugh?
No, it's nice. Let's move on.
Was that okay?
No, that was brilliant. I couldn't have said it better. Okay, let's move on. No, that's good.
Unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, waves are expected to be 2 meters high in the upper Gulf and 2 to 3 meters high in the lower Gulf. Although in the lower Gulf, they're expected to be over 3 meters high during thunderstorms only. So just be careful, just be wary of this if you are living in those areas, and stay safe, everybody.
Yes.
All right, our last story for today, Nat, Charlie, is a phony monk. Now, you know about this story.
Yeah, I have. I do. I know it. Okay, it's Monday. Okay, it's morning time.
Okay.
All right.
You've had a little too many sips.
Yeah, a little more.
You've got connections to that CBD snack place. You've added a little drip, have you?
All right.
Okay. A man in Phuket who pretended to be a monk convinced people to basically give him money. And he went around, normally what happens in Thailand is that the monks, they wake up extremely early in the morning. They go around the neighborhood collecting food, and they collect food for all the monks in the temple, and that's what they eat all day, because they're not actually allowed to have more than, 10 possessions or something like that?
Ooh. Wow. Well, you know more about monkhood than I do. No, I didn't know that. But yeah.
So I'm not sure if it's 10, but they're only allowed to have 10 pieces of possessions, which include like their clothes, a razor to shave, and things like that. But yes, they're allowed to. They wake up in the morning. They go around collecting food. But this particular monk convinced people to give him money. Yeah. And then what he did was publicly run into a field after he'd collected all this money, strip down naked, change his clothes into normal clothes, and just run away.
That wasn't very smart.
Yeah, he was a fraud. And then people could see him in an open field and be like, why is this monk randomly stripping in a field? People
Oh,
took
no.
pictures. There was videos out there. Thankfully, I'm not going to put the video on for you, but you can search for it on YouTube.
Right.
And this is something similar that actually happened in Rayong on Thursday, where seven people posed as monks and went around asking for money. When people offered them food, they said, "No, thank you. We are only taking donations at the moment." And they took money.
That should have been a huge red flag to the local Thais there,
Yeah.
because they should have known better. But this is the thing about the Thai Kreng Jai culture. You see red flags, but because this Kreng Jai-ness prohibits yourself from saying what you actually want to say, and they're like, "Okay, weird, but I shall do." And then it
Because
just
you're a
happens.
monk, you look official. I don't want to get bad omen.
Yeah. I think Carmel has something to add.
Spicy Roads is asking, how do you determine a real monk from a fake one?
Excellent question.
Yeah, how do you determine a real monk than a fake one? Yeah.
They'll never ask for money. Like, I've never experienced a monk asking for money, because they would never do that. They go around in the morning to, people give them food. They only collect food in the morning. So if a monk wanted to come and ask you for a donation for money, that's suspicious, and that's a strange behavior.
Yeah. Or any monk that seems to, I don't know, like kind of go out of line. Like if he's kind of not doing his monk thing.
Yeah.
What am I talking about?
Because even the monks in the morning, when they walk around and because some people like live in their restaurants, like you have a street side restaurant. It's not like they're choosing, "Oh, I'd like coconut pudding today." They have to take whatever they get. They don't have a
Yes.
choice. They don't say no. Food is food. So when they're being picky and saying things like, "I want money," or "donate to me," that is a huge red flag.
Right. Actually, a little fun fact for you.
Yes.
You know those little barrels that they have? Not barrels, but those bowls that they
Yes.
have, right?
Those mortars, right?
Yeah, mortars.
Yeah.
Back in the days when there was no plastic bag, they had to mash like the sweets and the savories all in one thing because there was no partition, right? So all the food would just kind of glomp up. And when they get back to the monastery or the temple, then they kind of just lay it out on the temple, and they're just blobs, because you're not supposed to want anything. You should just accept whatever people give you.
That's
I found
right.
that really interesting.
One of my friend, before he got married, he actually went to go be a monk for 3 months.
Wow, okay.
And he was in a very traditional temple where they actually did that on purpose. So each monk would get a mortar, and even though they'd get the food separately, they'd all mix it in one.
Oh, they mix it.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
okay.
it's like they take away all desire. They say, "This is food. It's meant to, feed you and keep you alive, so you can meditate and pray and do good and make merit. You're not supposed to be picky and choosy. Mix all the food and just eat it."
Oh, that's a
So
good
they would do it on
concept.
purpose, and they only eat once a day
Yes,
in the
OMAD.
morning. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, those are the stories for today. Ladies and gentlemen, if you do have any questions about the stories or anything you'd like to ask Natty or me or Carmel in the background, please ask away now. We're going to take a quick break and come back with your questions.
Find the coffee roast you love most. Coffee Culture delivers Thai coffee online. Whole beans or pre-ground delivered to your doorstep in Thailand. Go to coffeeculture.asia and get coffee you love delivered to your doorstep.
Welcome back. It's question time with Natty, Warisa, and Jay. Tim asked me if I'm if I'm one of those, those artists who have only one name, like Adele, a Madonna.
Right.
Am I just Jay?
You are kind of just Jay.
In
the office, yeah.
Well, I feel like in Bangkok in general now, when someone actually calls my real name, I freak out. So what have I done? I feel
Right.
like my father's calling me. I've done something wrong. What's going on?
That's true. Because in Thailand, we would only use your real name if teachers call you or if you're in trouble. So
Yeah.
that's for sure.
Okay, so there was a question from Sick Puppy regarding the story of Kun Tengmo, right?
Oh.
Something is fishy about that story. Like, what was going on with her friends? Was no one watching her when that all happened?
Apparently, nobody was watching her, according to her friends, right? Because she went to urinate back at the boat, so nobody was attending her. And then things happened, and then what you know is what we know also.
Okay. There's a funny comment from PG Santa and he said that we need to get the look on Natty's face when she finds out that there's a movement to have her wax Jay's chest on camera.
150,000 subscribers will make it happen.
Oh, really? So you're gonna do splits and get your
Yeah, I can't
wax.
give too much away, can I?
You
It
can.
has
Why
to be
not?
one or the other.
Oh, come on. You can do it. Come on.
But that's painful. Wait, I thought they were kidding. Someone said I had weird bed hair, that I had hair flying up from behind.
Oh, really?
Yes,
Is it
you did actually.
Yes, thank you, team, for letting me know so I could fix it.
West Texas Greg asked if like it's already rainy season like because of all the floods, like the possible floods.
I understand that typically rainy season kind of doesn't happen until after Songkran, but I don't know what's up with the weather these days. It seems to be rainy season whenever it wants to rain.
It hasn't
Yeah.
been raining at all recently.
Yeah, but-
it's every now and then, isn't it? Like one
Yeah.
random day of the week.
Yes. But the good thing about Thai rain, I find, is that it never
Thai rain.
it never
It's
goes
special
it's
here.
very special here. I mean, like it never goes longer than an hour. You know, like some places it just rains cats and dogs a little bit throughout the day, but in Thailand it rains heavily for 1 hour and then that's it. I'm done. I'm good.
Most of my rain I've experienced in Phuket, but I feel like when it does rain here, it pours. You're right, and sometimes it's driving conditions are quite dangerous because
Yeah.
sometimes your wind swiper can't keep up with the flow of the rain.
And I
But-
hate the awnings because
The
it
what?
collects so much, of that Bangkok roof juice when it rains, and then when it falls, it's like, whoa,
Bangkok roof
it's really gross, man.
Oh, you mean like the dust and
Yeah,
accumulated
yeah.
dirt? Okay.
When it rains, it just kind of falls through.
Okay, so
Yuckies.
ladies and gentlemen, prepare for Bangkok juice if you're driving in Bangkok, I guess.
Or walking as a pedestrian,
Yes. We only care about Jet's hair, says someone. All right, let's take a last question before we end the show. Kamal.
This
Carmel, sorry.
is from Marcella. It's regarding the southern border opening tomorrow.
Okay.
The Thai PM has agreed to open southern border on March 1, so that's tomorrow. And yesterday, the Malaysian PM announced VTL with Thailand is approved. So do you guys know what is the procedure for tomorrow's border reopening?
Unfortunately, I don't have updated information about that. Yes, last week we were talking about the Malaysian Prime Minister. He was in Thailand talking about this. However, you can find information on that on thetiger.com. All right, and that's it. Shall we end it there, Natty?
Yes, we should. Stop giving the 2-second stares.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we hope you enjoyed the show today. 450 people watching. Please click the like button if you're enjoying the show for Natty.
And Jay.
And once again, if you enjoyed the episode and want to see more of Natty, want to see more of Nan, you can follow us on our second channel, Bounce, which is all about entertainment and fun.
Yeah.
And we've got a great video coming out, actually. This is something I'm very proud to say. Natty actually came up with the idea all by herself. So with that, I just take credit for my presence. But it's great to work with such talented people. So I'll give you a quick inside scoop. Natty decided, let's go to extremely trendy places in Bangkok. So it's going to be a fun, entertaining video. Let's go to this trendy place, but let's make it interesting. I'm going to do it in a wheelchair. So she left office where we work and traveled about, 5 kilometers?
No, it was way longer than that. It seemed, anyways.
Well,
Oh,
it
yeah,
took,
but-
but
yeah.
like it took in distance it's 5 kilometers, but on a wheelchair it took you hours to get there.
Yeah.
And she committed 100% being on the wheelchair. She also got hold of was it Bangkok or Thailand's disability organization?
Yes, it's
to raise awareness for disabled people and the organization in Thailand. And she took this opportunity to show how Bangkok and Thailand in general is very unfriendly towards disabled people. And there's some interesting footage in that. She roams around the streets of Bangkok. She goes to the BTS. She goes to the restaurant. So it's a great video coming out very soon. And it's a series that she's just started. And she's going to be coming up with much more fun videos for your entertainment as well as for a good cause. So well done, Natalie.
Thank you.
Yes.
Do subscribe to Bounce so you don't miss that episode because it's really fun. You're going to see a lot of mishaps, which is
Yes.
what we're all here for.
Yeah, the video itself is about, 15 to 20 minutes. The bloopers are about 30 minutes. So
Right.
yes, ladies and gentlemen, we hope you enjoyed the show today. And for all the latest news and updates, please visit thetiger.com. We hope you have a great Monday. Thank you, Natty.
Thank you, Jay. And thank you, the viewers.
Yes, thank you, Carmel behind the scenes. Thank you, Num. And thank you, everyone. Have a great day.